one. Hello, Dawn, it's all yours.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to our big reveal of hashtag vision for Stories Sell. If you're watching, go ahead and drop a comment down below. Let us know where you're tuning from and then engage in some comments with us. Our quote for this week was, "Want a bigger vision for your life? Sign up to be a Gimper for God." That was by Dr. Richard, who was featured in the Prayer of Jabez as Bruce Wilkinson. TB, back to you.
Dawn, thank you so much for opening us up. This class is so amazing. It's called Story Sell. And what we do is we feature an inspired quote and we do stories around that. And then we reveal that to you on Monday to our lovely fans and tribe and audience. So make sure you're telling us where you're watching from. We truly value your support. So, with that, I'm going to turn this right over to Miss Nancy May. She is going to share what this quote meant to her around her stories this week.
Thank you, Kiwi. It made me think about my vision for being a hairdresser. When I was a little girl, I would stand on a milk crate and do my granny's hair. And so I always wanted to be a hairdresser. So when I got out of school, life happened and I didn't go in that direction. But when I had my little girl, I decided that I would go to school and be a hairdresser. The main reason is that I did not want to have to tell her someday that that's what I always wanted to be, and I never did it. So it pushed me to do that. But what I have learned by being a hairdresser for 30 years, there are people out there that need you, and maybe they just need a hug, or we went to school one time and did makeovers for children that couldn't afford it. So it has been a very good thing for me to be able to get that out of people. Not only did it help me, but it helped other people. So that's been my vision. Back to you, Kiwi.
So good. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And highlighting you in your salon. So good. Very good. Thank you for sharing, Nancy. We're going to go to you, Wanda. What did this quote mean to you this week?
Well, thank you, Kibi, and all these beautiful smiling faces and taking the time to share y'all's thoughts on this quote. I did my vision around just the quote, being a Gimper for God, just sharing what he's done for me and letting him instill that vision in me so that I can share it. Not so much that I have a vision per se, but my vision is whatever he puts on my heart, and just doing that and sharing his love. Thank you, Kibi. And this is part of my vision right here.
So good, so good. And Wanda actually is a panelist on our Bible study, so sharing that vision that God has put in her heart. Very good. Thank you for sharing, Wanda. Let's go to Kat. Kat, what did you think this week skydiving and jumping out of planes at National? What do you think about hashtag vision this week?
Well, I thought a lot about vision as I was at Skydiving Nationals. I have been skydiving for about 10 years, but I'm scared to death of heights. And I went the first time as a dare. Oh, I'm so sorry. My phone just rang. I apologize. So I went the first time as a dare. And a lot of times when I jump, I'm actually really scared. But then I put myself into the vision of how fun it is to be able to jump with my friends. And as soon as I get out of the airplane, I'm not going to be scared anymore. And that I've taken care of my equipment and done all that other stuff. So I thought a lot about that as I was skydiving. Specifically as it relates to being a Gimper for God, what I try to do is just love people and to meet them where they are. And if they need just a hug or someone just to listen, or they need some advice on how to feel better, that's what I try to do. And I pray a lot as I'm walking around. I'm like, God, bring me the people that you want me to help. And for me to try to always put them first instead of anything that I think I can gain from it. So there you go. Back to you.
So good. I don't know if you remember, Kat, but when we started Stories together, we wanted to break the internet by being kind.
Yes.
Definitely a great vision we still hold true in our hearts. Thank you so much for sharing. All right, Miss Anita, glad to have you back. What do you think about hashtag vision this week?
Thank you, Kiwi. My vision has been just stay positive for the past week or so with all that and just focusing on things working out and just not going on the other side of things. Just basically just staying positive, and I am so glad to be back. With that, I'm gonna stop.
So good. And your internet was on
I'm
a
done, Kiwi.
yeah. So Anita, your internet was on a little delay there, but I could hear what you were saying. And we're glad to have you back. We've truly missed you. And having that vision is important to keep you going even in the rough times. So thank you for sharing and for being here and staying committed to this community. We're grateful for you, Anita. All right, Miss Noel, how about you? Hashtag vision, talking about Gipper.
Yeah, so hashtag vision was fun. I enjoyed seeing what everyone was doing with it, and I had a lot of fun with it. When it comes to the quote, that is something that's a newer concept for me. So I'll just read a little shortly. From one end of the Bible to the other, and even throughout the history of the church, there have always been men and women of the road less taken. And The Road Less Taken is my favorite Robert Frost poem. So those that break from the pack, men of distinction, men and women of distinction, pace setters, those who wanted more, adventurers. So we keep our vision lined up with doing something that's outside of what we think we can, and we put that also in God's hands. And as Kat was just saying, just bringing all of those good works through ourselves to other people. So that's what that quote meant to me.
So good, so good. Now, and where did you read that from, Noel?
DentonBible.org.
Thank you for sharing. No, so good. And it's so true that when we are on a road less traveled, we must have vision because we're by ourselves. Like we're going this way and everybody's going this way. So thank you for sharing that and keeping our vision close. Okay, Miss Lori K.
Hey, hi everyone. Vision. So mine was on being an inspirer, being an encourager, being a giver for God, to love on others and to share that smile. Just going through a grocery line or, even chatting on the phone today, I could feel the spirit low on a person. So I'm going to spark them up, right? So I've always wanted to be a teacher. So I think it was really fun this round to do little quotes and stuff. That's something I had thought up, and casting a vision of hope and making people smile.
Mm-hmm.
So back to you, Coach.
I love it. So through vision for you, it's about who can you impact, who can you help, and not really focusing on yourself, but the other person. Thank you for sharing, Lori. Okay, let's go to Carmen.
Hi, everybody. Oh, my thoughts for this quote this week on hashtag vision was, being a visionary coach, sometimes we have to do things that, I shouldn't say do things. Sometimes to get out of your comfort zone that's how you grow. And that's how you make things happen in your vision. On whatever that may be, whether it's, a new goal towards a job or a holiday or, a new pair of sneakers or anything. And just being uncomfortable and willing to go that extra mile. And in being willing to go that extra mile, that's what it means to be a gimper, to do something a little bit extra. Being a hairdresser, doing that little bit of extra around, just to set somebody's hair, or making sure that the hair is all brushed off their neck after a haircut, or you know, and being pleasant and being kind. And that is my vision, you know, for getting, you know, for to tell people every day that, you know, they're doing great. And, you know, to do that extra, not only in hairdressing, but just to do the extra in our family life and our home and our work and our and just being kind. It's been a great week for #vision. Thanks, Coach.
I'm sure you loved it being a visionary coach. Carmen actually has a class called Success Revision. And what I hear you saying really is the law of sowing and reaping. So that when we do a little more, we get a little more. So thank you for sharing, Carmen. All right, Dana, you are up.
All right, thank you. So when I first saw the quote, the first thing I thought about was, yes, the vision board, to-do list, tasks. And so that's where I immediately went to. And then I started thinking about my purpose. Why am I here? Why did God put me here? And I started thinking about the goals and my mission in order to pursue that purpose. And I know that with God on my side, if I am pursuing the things that He wants me to do, that it's so much easier to take that little step to get that smile, that hug, doing the things that sometimes aren't so easy for you to do, but if you're walking in your purpose, it makes it easier. It makes it just so much sweeter. So back to you, Kibi.
Thank you, Dana. And when I seen the quote, I thought the same thing, the vision board, the goal list, the to-do list, because I'm just so structured in that way. But you really hit home about our assignment and being able to live a life by design instead of by default. So I love that. Thank you for sharing. Okay, Sally, you're up. Oh, did we lose Sally? Oh, okay. Well, hey, Sally, we'll catch you on the next one. We're going to go next into Nancy Conway. Miss Nancy, how are you today?
I'm good. Hi, everybody. So this week on my vision, when I heard the quote, I immediately went to my vision board also. But, you know, then when I started thinking of other things, you know, you have to have a vision to go somewhere. If you're not going anywhere and you don't have a vision, where are you going to go? Just around the corner and just kind of keep doing circles. So you have to have a vision on where you're going. And to be a Gimper of God, you know, I do a lot of little things for a lot of different people. I like helping kids out. I like helping parents that have kids when they need a little extra help. Here at the shop, we do that extra step when you pick up your equipment. It's nice and shiny and clean. Some shops, they just give it to you back dirty, but we take that extra step to shine it up and get it clean for us to make them feel more special and make them feel that we actually appreciate their customer service, or us can be in their customer service, them being my customer.
Yeah.
So I think that that's the Gimper part of the quote, but vision of where I'm going and where I need to be, I think is what I was dial on this week. So back to you, Kibi.
You did dial in. You've actually pulled off something on your vision board, meaning you accomplished it.
I did today, and that was actually my first one. I have it right here, and I was able, my husband and I was able to lock in Northern California with Honda, and there it is there. So that was a vision that we did. I never was able to print it and get it to my board, but I knew it was important for me to put it in my gratitude journal. And I stopped and took the time and made sure that did it. And it set the whole day. It was really good. So thank you for remembering.
I love your growth, Nancy, and thank you for sharing your win. So
Thank
good.
you.
All right, Miss Cheryl, you are up. What did this quote mean to you in being a Gimper? By the way, Cheryl and I have done a study around this book together, Prayer of Jabez, and had some true miracles together in agreement. So go ahead, Cheryl.
Absolutely. Thank you, Kiwi. Hi, everybody. Being a Gimper is going 110%. But you may ask, why 110%? You can only give 100. It means doing what you can do and then going that little bit more. So where a lot of people want to be good, being a Gimper requires you to be excellent. So that's something that I'm still a work in progress with, but I'm going for that 110%. Now, as far as the posting is concerned, I did a lot on knowing your vision and where you're going, what direction you're going in, and in belief. Like if you can believe it, then you can achieve it. Because what I took away from this week's posting on vision is that it's not what you see, but vision is what you don't see. So thank you. Back to you, Kibi.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Thank you for sharing. All right, Miss Doan, you are up.
Okay, thank you, Kibi. Well, when I first read this quote, want a bigger vision for your life, sign up to be a Gimper for God, the first thing I thought about was some of the visions that I've had for my life, like my book, The Young Woman's Guide to Success, Color Your Canvas of Life. That was the first phrase that came in, color your canvas of life. Then my vision board. And then I started thinking about it a little bit deeper. And I'm like, it took me in so many different directions. And as long as you have a vision, my vision is to follow God's will in my life, whatever that is, whatever his will is. So I always ask for that. And you never know where it's going to take you. Years ago, I had a vision to retire by the time I was 50. And I set that vision out when I was in my early 20s. And I was able to achieve that, and then realized after retirement, 2 years in, I'm like, I can't stay retired. There's more for me to do. So being a Gimper for God is just going above and beyond. Being in customer service and retail for my whole career is always just going above and beyond and excelling, just giving exceptional service, very similar to what many ladies here have said, in encouraging and uplifting and being kind to everybody that walks and crosses our path, because you never know what they're dealing with that particular day, and they just may need to be uplifted. And there's so much more, but it's just, and the vision board is magical. As you know, you've seen some things come to realization. And, if you can believe it, you can achieve it. Somebody else said that, and it truly is, you put it out there, and law of reaping and so on, like you said too. So back to you, Kibi.
Well, and just to highlight the vision board, which you were a little skeptical about, when you finally did it, you met your husband, and like the house you were living in was on your board. So that was really cool to get to know about you when we started working together and we're doing trainings together. Thank you for sharing, Dawn. Okay, let's go to Kay. Hashtag vision.
To me, the vision had to do with how you see your future. And I realized in the past, my future was very more fairy tale, more dream that I didn't think I was going to accomplish. More fantasy, that's the word I was looking for, fantasy. And so to have a vision that really has to do more with the to-dos and what you really have planned. So it was like, okay, vision equals action. Vision doesn't mean dreaming pie in the sky. Mm-hmm. So I said, okay, what is my vision for my business? And I said, it isn't the position. It has to do with how many people am I influencing? How many people am I taking, mentoring in a month? Or how many am I mentoring in this week? So it came down to the practicality of vision equals action in order for it to happen. Back to you, Kibi.
So good. And are you not leading by example? Because you've gotten highly committed and accountable. Yeah. Seeing lots of results with Kay as she has joined my inner circle, and we've been working together very closely with accountability. So with that, let's go over to Nicole. What does this mean to you? And I can't wait to hear what you share about
Well, I'll tell you what, it's really hard to follow Kay. I am so grateful for this group of women tonight. This training class, Story Cells, for men and women. And for those of you who've been following us every Monday night, we are here. We're doing this every Monday. We're inspiring you to take action in your life in some way, and hopefully bringing some inspiring things for you to do for yourself, just to see how these folks have changed over a period of time. For me this week, and finishing the book, The Prayer of Jabez, in our, and everyone who's watching is welcome to be a part of this. It's a public Facebook group. Just reach out to someone that you see here in the little Hollywood squares, and we can add you to our group called Success Through Scripture. So that was kind of what I focused on this week, because we're going up on a new book called More Than Enough. It's authored by Kevin Mullins. And if there is anyone that I know who can influence the world with their vision, is by teaching people that what you can do and what you can achieve not only takes action, like Kay said, but it also takes faith and knowing what God's purpose is for you when it comes to your money, honey, and what you can do with it for the world. So if you haven't followed Canal Street Movie, please do so. You can find a Facebook group here. Ask us about our Success Through Scripture Facebook group, and to promote that through vision. And what I'm telling you folks is we've just now started the first chapter. Please join us. There's so much more to learn. All of you are invited to be a part of that, a part of this amazing team of people who are teaching you how to build your business online so that you can do great things for God. So back to you, Coach Kiwi.
Thank you. And before I turn this over to the beautiful Wanda to close us out, I just want to share about being a Gimper. Being a Gimper is doing 10% more. You want to go look that up. If you're watching, be sure and drop a comment. Let us know. We can send you the article that we were using to look that up, but it's about doing 10% more. So with the vision you have for your life, are you doing 10% more into your life? Are you investing 10% more into you? Are you giving back more into your family? Cheering yourself on. All right, we're wrapping it up. Wanda, shut her down.
Thank you, Kiwi. There's no way I can follow Nicole's. That was just awesome, off the chain. But that being said, this is Story Cell. Leave us a hashtag whether you're watching live or doing a replay. We would love to know where you're watching from. And we would love to have you watch our stories and follow us to see what's next. So be watching for next Monday's stories. There will be another quote, and we'll find out what that is on Monday. So be watching for the hashtags, because I don't know what it is yet. So back to you, Kiwi.
Okay, I'll see y'all. Bye.
Bye.